Hello class, welcome. This is Online American History 2, that's History 2112. I'd like to welcome you to this class. I'm very excited to teach you this summer. My name is Dr. Long or Professor Long. I prefer to be called either Dr. or Professor Long. Either way is fine. In any case, again, welcome to this class. I'm excited to teach you. Summer is a great time to take classes at GHC, to learn and to get course credit under your belt that will move you towards graduation. So I filmed this video to give you a little more insight to our class. First, as you know, this course is completely online. This is a full summer session class. In other words, we will meet during June and July, or that will be the duration of the class. Our class is a little over 8 weeks, and so that means just by necessity that we will move at a quicker pace than a traditional fall or spring class. On the other hand, if you're only taking 1 or 2 classes, you can focus on them and do very well in the summer. In fact, I find grades are typically higher in the summer than in the fall and the spring. Now, since we're completely online, that gives you a lot of flexibility. I realize that since it's summer, you may have work, you may have family commitments, vacations, those sort of things. Since we're completely online, as long as you have a computer and internet access, you can still take this class. I will say, though, that while online gives you a lot of flexibility, the deadlines for assignments are very real. So please take advantage of the freedom this class provides, but also take care to manage your time very carefully. That's very important in an online class for you to succeed. Now, to orient yourself from the class from the very get-go, I would first encourage you to read the syllabus very carefully. As you'll see, I have a very detailed syllabus. It lays out all of my policies, all the deadlines. It should be very clear, but if you have any questions about the syllabus, don't hesitate to ask me. Also, if you're not already, please familiarize yourself with D2L. This class heavily uses D2L. You really can't succeed in the class without it. So as soon as the class opens up for D2L access, go ahead and start playing around on our D2L page. The syllabus gives you instructions on where to find things. A lot of my announcements that I'll put up and emails I'll send out will do the same. I try to put things in multiple places so that you can't miss it, so to speak. Also, I would encourage you, just on a sort of a technical side of things, to make sure that you have good internet access and a working computer, because that is absolutely essential for an online class. If you do have problems, do note that, excuse me, while I'm not a computer expert by any means, you can come into one of the GHC campuses and use the computers in a lab or in the library, for instance. Now, in terms of a textbook, our class uses a free online textbook called the American Yap. And I'll send you the link to this. It is on the syllabus. It's a well-written textbook. It's been reviewed very well. And it's extremely convenient in that you can gain access to it immediately. Obviously, being online gives you great flexibility with that. Now, if you prefer to read a written copy, I do have instructions for that on the syllabus where you could order one if you want. You would have to pay for that if you get a hard copy. But if you access it online, it is completely free. Now, the materials for this class are broken into chapters and modules. So you'll have chapters to read from your textbook, and the chapters you generally have between 1 and 3 chapters per module. They're organized into modules. There's 7 modules. And for each chapter, you'll have a quiz to take at the end of the chapter, and that's embedded in D2L. And you'll also have a module discussion. And so there's 7 modules, and there's 7 module discussions. Also, you'll have some short primary source documents to read, and those are under each chapter heading in D2L. You'll have some images to look at, and in a few cases, you'll have some videos to watch. Now, when you go into D2L, you'll go to content items and content, and if you click on the left side of the screen, you'll see little tabs for each chapter. In addition to the chapter itself and the quiz and the images, you'll also see some other resources. Those are optional, but for example, the one you may find the most useful would be the review questions for each chapter. You do not have to complete those. They're not an assignment, but I think you'll find them very useful as a study guide in essence. And I don't have a study guide for the quizzes or for the exams, but the review questions essentially serve as that. Now, in terms of graded assignments for the class, again, for each chapter, you'll have a quiz based on the chapter, and for each module, you'll have a discussion to complete. The discussions require you to write a short written assignment between 2 to 4 paragraphs each, and to interact with your peers and to discuss with them on D2L. And the discussions are all under the big tab communication and the sub-tab discussions. There is an extensive discussion guideline on D2L that lays out all of my expectations for the discussions. So in addition to a quiz for each chapter and a discussion for each of the 7 modules, you'll also have a midterm exam about halfway in and a final exam at the very end. And the midterm covers the first half of the class, the final covers the second half of the class. So, again, assignments include chapter quizzes, module discussions, and a midterm and a final. One thing I should note as well is that on all the module work, the discussions and the chapters, you can work ahead if you like. So if you have a vacation planned, you have things coming up, you can work ahead if that helps you out. So please use that to your advantage if it does. The only thing you really can't work ahead on is the midterm exam and the final exam. You have a couple of days to complete those, but you have to do it within the particular period allotted for those 2 exams. Now again, I'm excited to have you for this class. Welcome again. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. The best way to do so is to contact me at my GHC email account, and that's all lowercase, blong@highlands.edu. Well, welcome again. I'm excited to have you. I hope you have a wonderful summer, and I look forward to seeing you soon on D2L. All right, bye now.